evening. Welcome to Pathway to Success. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Hunter, and with us this evening, we have a very interesting guest, a very inspirational young man by the name of Marcus Wolters. He's the owner of his own security firm. He's a real estate coach, and he was born in Gretfam in the Netherlands. I hope I pronounced that well because
No, you didn't.
I didn't. Oh my word! Pronounce it for me.
Happen.
Gra-
Happen.
Gotham?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, Gotham. Thank you so much. Gotham in the Netherlands, where he also spent most of his childhood. He opened his first business at the age of 18, right? And that's commendable. And he attended the College for Advancement in Science in the United Kingdom. I think the Arthur Findlay College. And then he moved from the Netherlands to the US at the age of 30 and built his own successful business. We're so honored this evening to have you in our studio on Pathway to Success. Wow, what a ride it has been
It's definitely
from the
all
age
right.
of 18. Now, you pronounce, give me the pronunciation of that where you were born again, and in the Netherlands, but is it a city or a town?
It's a really, really small town in the lower part of the Netherlands called Limburg. Really, really small town called Gratum. A couple of thousand people live there, but I was born there.
Only 1,000.
Really, we have a lot of really small cities, so it
Mhm.
goes from city to city. So we have like small ones, bigger ones. Amsterdam is a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
And when I was born, it was a little small town.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Imagine so many persons they're watching right now. Just shout out to him. He's sitting right here on Pathway to Success. And that's very powerful. But tell us about yourself. How did you got started? We know that you're from the Netherlands. Tell us a little bit about the Netherlands and tell us what motivated you to step into starting your own business, becoming an entrepreneur at the age of 18.
Born in the Netherlands is very safe. Everything is very controlled. There's a lot of a room to make mistakes, and there's a lot of companies and businesses, including the government, to help you with that. So it's really, really hard to really mess up. There's always some system that allows you to get another step. With that, it became very, very easy to go through life because there's not a lot of problems, especially in the 90s when I grew up. There was a lot of opportunities to develop yourself without really getting stuck in the system. But because it's socialism, it's very protected. Everything takes care of you. Schooling system is wonderful. Healthcare is beautiful. Everything is based on the tax system.
Now, Marcus, you're convincing me now to start to call my real estate agent to look for a property to move to the Netherlands.
You should at least have one.
Okay, I
You should at least have one.
Okay.
This is easy to go there. But it was very, very safe, and it gave me a lot of times the opportunities to really do what I wanted to do. And I was also on a very young age to became an entrepreneur, start my own business. I always had, what always stuck to me actually was I didn't like working from somebody else's dreams. And my opinion was when you work for somebody, you're maybe good and you're safe and you have everything set up, but you're not working on your own dreams unless it's a start to bring something for yourself. But my situation, in my opinion, a lot of people work for somebody to have comfort. I never saw comfort in anything. Comfort is something I didn't like because magic happens outside of your comfort zone. You need to put yourself in situations that you maybe never wanted, never needed, but those are the ones they teach you the most. You learn more from failures than success. And failure makes you keep coming up and keep trying new things. So it was very easy for me to learn a skill set, but also, if I look back, I always worked for small families, never corporate, never too big, because you become a number when you're in a big company.
Yeah.
Here or
I
the
like that.
Netherlands.
You become a number when you're in a big company.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
You lose your personality. You know, you're just somebody who goes to work. And life is too good to just go to work. And life is a little too magical to follow somebody else. You know, I think everybody has the chance in life to become an entrepreneur, but not everybody wants to put the work in. And if you really want to be somebody in life, you have to put the work in. Doesn't matter what it is, you need to work on yourself. You need to keep on going. 9 to 5, yeah, it's good, but it wasn't working for me. It wasn't. I was always stuck in why this and why that and why this and why is he doing this and this guy's getting fired for nothing and all these little things, and I'm like, nah, that's not what I liked.
Maybe because the guy who was getting fired never he wasn't doing his 8 hours, 9 to 5
Maybe that.
during the time slot. That's a good question, but I like the questions you were asking. But go ahead. So,
That actually made it very, very easy for me to work for somebody, but always had two, three, four things going on next to it. I never wanted to rely on one paycheck. When you rely on one paycheck, that's the only money you get. But I always believed in multiple sources of income, but also the quickest way to learn something is to have multiple things going on and see what fits you. One thing doesn't fit, you stop, you move on to another one. And I always like that, to have one thing to listen and four things that people had to listen to me,
right.
or at least I could do whatever I wanted. It also gives you the option, if you don't want to work somewhere anymore, you quit. You don't need to wait for that another paycheck or for another job. It becomes quick in life to move on and to keep on going.
Yes.
And I love that. I love the aspect of having the options.
But that's the hallmark of a winner. That's the hallmark of someone that recognizes that you can create your own empire, your own dream.
Yes.
And so be your own paymaster.
Yes.
Where others will call you the boss instead of you calling the other person the boss.
Yeah.
And that is what has really inspired me when I found out about, when I read your author, when I read up on you, how progressive you have been in such a short time as a young man. And that's very impressive. But go ahead. I'm enjoying this inspirational story. Yeah.
I found out school wasn't for me. I was very good in learning, but I saw very early that it wouldn't bring me nowhere. And if I look at today, what I still use, what I learned then, that's probably the languages that I learned.
Right.
Nothing more, nothing less. They keep you going and keep you easy to go to different countries. But really, school was not giving me what I needed personally. And again, this is my personal experience. A lot of people love school and it worked for them. I felt stuck. So I went from school to school, a little bit of a problem child, but I was nothing more than very aware of what's going on. And I wouldn't settle. I wouldn't follow. When everybody goes left, I go right. I would go left, of course, but
I know what I mean. That's our little joke we've been having from yesterday. But go ahead. Yeah.
So that became just very easy to trust in myself. I had a couple of situations younger that I put trust on somebody else, and it never worked out. And then a little bit of faith comes in, a little bit of God, and then you know that you can really rely on yourself. And that was for me, when I found that out, that everything would be me, that was a blessing. Because if I made the mistake, I did it. But if I had success, I did it as well.
Yeah.
Going back to sports, when I was younger, loved team sports.
Yeah.
Till I found out that one guy had a bad day and went to a bar, and he came on the field the next day, and we would lose because of him. I would lose.
You lose, right?
I wasn't in the bar. I wasn't dancing. I was sleeping at home because we had a match going on.
Right.
Saying that was, I stopped doing like the team sports and became very in individual sports, just because I knew all the credit was given to me, but also if I had a failure, it was my fault.
Yeah.
And the only thing what I could do from that is learn to get better. And that actually kept me really going a lot of years, believing in yourself, with faith, of course. Without faith, it's very, very hard, because there was nobody to ask or to talk to, because it was my journey. I could ask other people, what should I do? But it wasn't their journey. And they could never look at me and say, like, well, if I were you, well, you're not me.
No.
It's very hard to give somebody ideas or advice.
Yeah.
So just going back and trusting myself. And I went on my face many, many times, but it showed me a lot. It showed me that you have to get up. Nobody will pick you up. There's nobody reaching a hand out for nothing. You can't sit in the corner of your house and hoping that something's going to happen. You need to go outside. You need to keep on going. Also, that showed me a lot of times that what I believed in and what I really wanted wasn't for me, but I had the experience first. It's the same as you ask like a little child in school, what do you want to be? And it says, I want to be a fireman. 90% of the child will never be a fireman unless he tries it. He becomes that person, and then you have to look at yourself and say, this fits me or it doesn't.
Yeah.
And by having so many different things, so many different jobs, and multiple companies to see what's there for me, you learn and you become a personality, you become your own character, and you can literally run a check of yourself every day. Why is this? Why is that? Why is this going wrong? Why is this going so good?
Right.
And it always comes back to you.
You. So you have always had that mindset to be different from others. And that's good because where others decided that they have to depend on a system
Yes.
or a group of persons to make them an individual, you came to the conclusion that you don't need others to make yourself who you are, a very successful young man today, and one who have won many times.
Yes. You
I like that.
definitely need people in your life.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lonely road by yourself anyways when when you
Yeah.
go through life by yourself and you meet people left and right who give you help or give you a place to sleep or give you a place to eat. But that doesn't decide me. There were situations, saying that I have situations and I reached out a hand. My hand didn't create that person. It was just a hand.
Right.
And they would move on. And the same happened to me. So I was blessed. I had a lot of good people in my life who reach out a hand or pick me up or help me out with something. But then you have to keep on moving.
Yeah.
You can't turn it back around and make that person, a
Yeah.
statue or belief. No, they were there for one reason only, to help you.
Right.
Now it's back on you again.
Right.
And that really kept me always, you need to believe in yourself. Love yourself first, believe in yourself. And I was very aware of that on a young age. Again, it could always go back on me because the only person really taking care of me is me. But also the only person that could really mess me up is me.
Yeah.
So everything goes back to me again.
So if you're in a fight, it would be you alone.
It would be. It would be. Definitely true.
But would you love to know you have a support? But with all that muscles, you work out a lot. What type of sports have you done? Because you're such an inspirational. Your story is so inspirational, and you've done many things. And the first time we met, I said, "Oh my word, I would prefer have you." And I'm happy I'm having you sitting right beside me than having you standing in front of me in a threatening way. but you have done several sports. What? Share with us a little of the things that you have done.
Everybody in Europe, same as Jamaica,
Yeah.
we play football.
Yeah.
Real football.
Yeah.
Not with the hands, with our feet.
With our feet. Yeah. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Did that probably till I did that like for 6 years. I think from 6 to like 12. I did karate.
Mm-hmm.
Did that for a long time. Loved the individual sport again
Mhm.
after the soccer. Then my life got to change that it was no time for sports anymore. It was just, developing myself and working on my own and working for people and stuff that was more important, but also my vision of sports was always there. Mostly fitness was always there. But really for a sport that came when I was 18, I started doing kickboxing, Dutch
Oh, wow.
kickboxing, Muay Thai.
Oh my God. Would want to meet you in school. That's where I would share my lunch with you every day. You don't have to worry about that. Some Jamaican food. But go ahead.
I like jerk.
You like
Jerk,
jerk?
yes,
Okay. So you would say to me, right or left?
Left.
I said left. Okay.
Always left.
Always left. Always left.
Sports, I was very skinny. I was very skinny.
You?
I was fighting on 175 pounds.
All those viewers watching, you believe him.
I'll send you a picture.
Mr. Marcus would be skinny?
Yep.
I doubt that. You got to say, you should have a picture. Can we find one that we can show on the screen? Him being skinny? Oh, no.
Find one. Pick the one from the skinny to the left and the big one to the right. But I was, it motivated me
Yes.
After kickboxing to find another. I blew my knees out. I had knee surgery left and right. So martial arts were almost not done for me, but on the level that I was doing my sports, it was done. So at that point, I started lifting up weights, and I gained over 10 years more than 100 pounds. Motivated because I was skinny. The whole adventure to becoming, the body that I have now was nothing but hard work, dedication, and keep on going. And a lot of food.
Yeah.
A lot of food.
A lot of food.
A lot of food. Yes.
So what you're saying to our viewers this evening is watching Pathway to Success. The pathway to success is hard work, dedication, believe in your dream, believe in yourself that you can make it. Also, one of the things that you said, which was so crucial, we have to make mistakes
Yes. You have to.
along the way of the pathway to success.
You made mistakes, Mike.
Yes, I have
I made
many.
mistakes. And what
Yes,
those mistakes do, you become a better
better
person,
person. Learn from it.
or even worse,
Hmm.
90% you become a better person.
Yes,
Because you
yes,
learn something and never do it again.
yes.
And that actually, if you see things like how it is, oh, this happened, or I broke my leg, or I got an accident,
Hmm.
you get stuck with that. But when you realize they're lessons,
Yeah.
life is all about lessons. If you're not giving them, he's giving them.
Yes.
But there's always lessons. And by seeing it as a lesson, you can say, lesson learned, and you move on.
Yes.
You're not stuck in that, why is this and why is that? And that's with everything, relationships, sports, jobs, everything I saw as a lesson. So it's very hard for me to become negative. I mean, I'm a human being. I'm
Right.
not an angel, definitely not. Definitely not. But that's the stuff that can ruin you. If you think that the world is against you and why is this and there is no God and oh, my child died, they're all lessons. I mean, we only have a couple of years to manifest whatever you want in this life. And the negativity part keeps you not from going. And that showed me a lot of times, like, hey, they're lessons. Oh, this girl broke up. It's a lesson. My car broke down. It's a lesson. I run out of gas. That's not the lesson. That was just being dumb.
That's also a lesson.
Definitely a lesson.
That's definitely a lesson. Oh my word. We're going to take a short break. This is getting better and better. What inspiration that is coming from all the way from out of Holland, right here, onset on pathway to success. Now it's amazing, Marcus, because I'm a fan of the Netherlands. I enjoy watching the Dutch team play. And so I'm so excited to know that you are on set with us at Pathway to Success this evening. We're going to take a short break and then be right back with Pathway to Success with Mr. Marcus Wolters. Welcome back to Pathway to Success. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Hunter, and I'm here with the inspirational Marcus Wolters. He was born in the beautiful nation of the Netherlands. You should visit there. Wonderful people. The culture is rich. The soccer is good. The shopping there, the meals, believe me, that one the best place, not the best place to go in Europe. And such a multicultural
Yes, yes.
melting pot of people. It's amazing. They love Bob Marley. They love reggae music there. And so they love other things also. But we can't say it on the set. Um, right, I guess it's on the set because it is pathway to success. But you've been inspired from a young man, from the age of 18 to step out. As a matter of fact, at a very young age, at the age of 14,
Yes.
that's amazing.
Yep.
Now, at the age of 14, between 18, most young persons are young kids are thinking about girls, playing video games, hanging out with friends. But your mindset seems to have been different.
Outside of the video games and friends, girls was definitely there. But
Yeah.
but no, I was working. I left.
You were working.
Yeah, I started working at 14 for a small family that traveled the fair with
Oh.
with rides. The fair in Europe is very different, Mike.
Yes.
they're very, very well people, very wealthy. The machines are, everything is very nice. It's a lifestyle. It's most like the gypsies,
Yeah.
but they had actually stuff to sell and stuff like that. So when I was 14, I started traveling. Traveled all over Europe, mostly the Netherlands, Germany, and Belgium. Every week somewhere else, building it up, running it, breaking it down. And that man, Martin Hoefnagels was his name.
Yeah.
He's still there. He still has everything. Beautiful machines. That he showed me everything in 4 years. What I needed. What sad to say, what my family couldn't do, he could, and he showed me hard work, dedication, faith, God, family, trust, everything in one. And that was, if you talk about somebody who was inspirational for me. And I did at the time, you don't know. As when you're younger, everything
Right.
is wrong, everything is right, because it was hard work being 14, 15. You go older and you're like, wait a minute, this guy, this
Yeah.
guy right there, he showed me what I needed,
Yeah.
and still thank the guy till today, like what he did for me.
He's alive?
Oh, of course.
I want to
He
shout
is,
out to him. Is he in Holland?
he is, he's probably working right now, like
Probably working
everybody.
right now.
But no, he's still alive. He has two kids. His son Michael, they run the business now for him. I'll show you a little video afterwards, what they do right now.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
this
good.
man was, I think, without even knowing what he did it.
So your inspiration to become your own boss came from him,
Yes.
because that was a question that normally we would always ask on the show, you know. But what was the leading factor? What led you to decide that USA? What made you take that big leap? Because you went to the Arthur Finney College
Yes.
in England, right? And then after that, what made you decide to? Because the Queen is right there in England. We love football or soccer, they call it in America. And so you had all of that rich culture there. But what made you decide to come out to the United States of America?
But what the Art of Finley College did for me was nothing more than giving me recognition on what I already knew: spiritualism,
Yeah.
God, faith, angels, the whole 9 yards. What's inside? That feeling inside when you just know it's right. They gave me that, and that was nothing more than another boost for, like, yeah, I can really do everything I want. You can really become everything you want or anything you want.
Yeah.
Just trust in yourself and follow that road. Learn from your mistakes. So when I remember sitting down, my girlfriend at the time was like, yo, where do we go on vacation? Because in the Netherlands, we have 30, 40 days paid off. So they make you travel.
Really?
Yes.
My God, Mark. Netherlands, pathway to success is coming. We're on our way.
So that they make you travel, they make you relax, they make you a lot of stuff. So I'm like, she's like, let's go to the United States. Never a moment in my life I thought about America. We watch movies and we would laugh. Why are you wearing a helmet on the bicycle? Little things, that I didn't know about. I moved over here, said, no health insurance. Now we know.
You know what that means?
Now we know.
Yes.
So I came here in 2011, June to July, 4 weeks vacation. I met the right people. I did so many fun things. I couldn't get rid of my money. At the time, the euro was $1.57. I still remember that. So it was such a difference. And seeing the palm trees, the gas, the women, the men, the cars, the lifestyle. And I came to Florida, West Palm Beach, my first time in America. So when I went back, it was stuck. I was bragging about America. Well, America, we have this. America, we have that. I wasn't even living here. I remember my stepdad would say, like, hey, why are you bragging? I'm like, one day. He's like, no. 6 months later, I was living here.
Wow.
Yes.
And so the transition from Europe to America became easy.
No. No.
What was that like?
Of course, you come prepared.
Uh-huh.
I brought a lot of stuff, my knowledge, but also finances. You don't want to start working the second week of you moved on. So I brought a lot to at least explore a year, to live somewhere, do some stuff. But I started working for a guy that I met, Dylan Harrison, he owned bars and restaurants and little businesses. And he was 1 day older than me. same age, and he was already a self-made millionaire. He inspired me, not inspired, he wanted me here.
Yeah.
Hey, I want you to work for me, and I'll give you a car, I give you a house, I give you a job. And he followed up with that. Everything was set to made. So the transition became very easy. What wasn't easy was realizing that I had to leave everything behind. But I was so focused on myself that my feeling inside said, God works through people.
Yeah.
If somebody asks you something, in my world, it's God's given. So when he started asking me, hey, we want you here, I'm like, when do you want me? And the only moment I remember, the whole month before I went, I already quit my job. They didn't believe that I was moving to the United States. Are you sure? They don't have this, they don't have that. You know, people who live in socialism,
Right,
they're very comfortable with everything, and I wasn't, because life is not about healthcare.
Yeah.
Life is not about having everything set for you. Life is about making everything work for you, and not just taking it how it is.
Yeah.
So it became. I remember standing on the airport, ready to check in, and that was the first moment I was like, "Are we doing this? We're going to a country that we don't know nothing about, with people that we actually also don't know." But again, I trusted in myself.
Yeah.
Like, if I can make it work there, I can make it work everywhere. And my dad actually said that. He called me and said, "Listen, man," I said, "if somebody knows how to make it work, that's you." I'm like, "Thanks, Dad." Sometimes you need a little bit, and he gave that to me. After that point, magic. I came to Florida. Life was good. A lot of people, everything. There was a lot of love. That's what I could say. I was different, of course, from the Netherlands. Many questions.
Yeah.
Why is this? Why is that? Some weird questions, some normal questions, but you're with people that never even moved out of the state or never even moved overseas to do anything.
Yeah.
So I showed them a little bit, but it was good. I was comfortable. I made it happen here. It took me 3 years to get used to the system. Really, the system, how everything works with jobs, people, money, credit, bank accounts, credit cards, because it's so different as in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
That took me literally 3 years, because the first year, like I said, I still had a lot.
Yes.
Well, I was gone. Now I really needed to step it up. But I know if you learn how to make money once, you're set for the rest of your life. If you learn to work for a boss once, you can only work for a boss. So I was very, very loyal to that part. What I learned wasn't easy, but I think I did a good job in making it happen.
So you were really very fortunate, because immediately when you came, there was a vehicle here for you, a house, and that gentleman, just a bit 1 year older than you, also was willing to work with you, and so that must have been an inspiration also for you to say, well, when I move away from him, I'm going to own my own business. When did you? What's the first business you've owned? You owned here, or you start for yourself?
When I just moved over, I did a lot of coaching, personal training, fitness, and I was working for gyms teaching MMA, striking, kickboxing, cardio classes. That's how it started. When I found out that level here, the difference is, where I'm from, it's not about the money. Money is definitely important, but it's on number 4. You move to America, it's number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4.
Oh yeah.
Number 5 is maybe something else, but it's all about making that money and getting yourself settled. And I get it. I think I needed capitalism for sure. I always say to my girlfriend, I say, capitalism and palm trees. That's what I need. Well, I have it right now.
Yeah, all of that.
And meeting the guy that got me here, Dylan. That's probably the most American person that I ever met in my life.
Yeah.
Straight to the point, hard worker, a little bit nuts, but we're all a little bit crazy. But he made it work at a very young age, with also a lot of failures that he had in his past, but he made it work. So that was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
So the things that have kept you going was your determination.
Yes.
To win, determination, to be an inspiration to others also, because when you're determined to own your own and be your own boss, of course you're determined to be an inspiration to others, so that others can see you as a role model. You've been down a few times, but what keep you going? That same desire to say, you know what, I have no one to depend on. It's me.
First, I had to experience, going back to your other question, I had to experience how it is to work for people here.
Mhm.
And all respect, I couldn't do it. The way people talk to you, the way people treat you, how easy it is to get fired with no reason. Those things don't exist in Europe.
No,
They don't exist.
nor in Jamaica, but nor in Jamaica, but
The
that's
way
this here.
the way people talk to you, like in Europe, especially the Netherlands, communication is a skill. We
Yeah.
don't have guns, we don't have knives.
Right.
We say first with communication, and then maybe we use our hands.
Right.
But everything starts with talking. Also, the laws are not set up to, if you beat my ass, you beat my ass. There's no
Right.
cop gonna look for you.
Right.
Like, that just happens. That's life. Unless you
Really?
do something really, really bad, and
Yeah.
then, but still, it's not set up. So you're already, the Netherlands shows you depending on yourself.
Hmm.
You curse somebody else, you teach them disrespect, you might get your ass whooped, and nobody will ever do that. And if something gets ripped or whatever, there's no suing or lawsuits.
Right. No lawsuits.
No, they don't exist. They exist, but that takes years. Nobody's waiting for that. The system's not set up to get people on that way financially.
Yeah.
Again, it's socialism.
Yeah.
Socialist countries don't have that setup because also there's no money. There's no suing a guy for 30, 40 grand. That's his whole life savings.
Yeah.
Wiped out, done. So it's not possible. But also, working for particularly people here showed me literally like, I do not want to work for nobody here.
Right.
I work for people, and you need to, you work for somebody, you work. He tells you to do that, you're doing that.
Mhm.
Well, I wasn't that way.
Right.
He would say, do that. Yeah, but we can also do it. You try to think with them. And a lot of people that I met in my life, they just wanted you to do what they said without you thinking. And I'm used to think. We're doing the job. Let me think, not just let me follow. And that doesn't happen here. So that even made me more a push. Like, I need my own stuff going. I need my own employees that I can treat nicely on the European way, like I was used to. Was very hard because again, you have good employees, they have worse employees, and,
Yeah.
and they literally make or break your company. So I learned that also in the hard way, but it always kept me going. That I knew I had a purpose, and I was also having an own business, being successful in not only in treating people the right way, but just having a business, being financially stable, giving people in need what they need, and so you can live. I think you're a little bit the same. You give too, even if it's attention, money, love, advice. You give, and the more you can give is when you're on your own company. You have more options. There's more people around you that you can take care of. If you work for somebody, it wasn't for me. There's a
Right.
lot of people that love it. My personal experience was I like to work for myself.
And that's good. And so that has made you outstanding today, and that has brought you a lot of peace and success. Another thing, that when we're our own boss, or we work for ourselves, it gives us more peace. You can work within your own timing. You can get up within your own timing. And another thing also, when you recognize that you're working for yourself as your own business owner, you recognize that you can't afford to fail.
Yeah, it's listen.
You can't afford to fail. No,
You
no,
can't.
no.
You can't. Not only for you, but there's people relying on you.
Yeah,
The people who chose to work for you, they rely on you. They rely on a paycheck. They rely on their health. They rely on you. That's what you do when you work for somebody. You rely on them. And as long as you're a good boss, you have those guys, girls, kids, grown-ups working forever for you.
yeah.
That's what I really wanted. When I started my security business a couple of years ago, I wasn't focused on I need to make $1 million a year. I was focused on the fact that if I can have somebody work for me and pay this guy 60, 70, 80 grand a year to have him set, what was I be making?
Oh,
See what I mean?
yeah,
I have 10 people working for me that make 60 grand a year. It's over half a million that I have to pay out.
yeah,
But what is coming to me?
yeah.
And that's the intention was always way more to have taking care of people than stacking my own bank account over the heads or bodies of people. Where I'm from, and the thing I believe in, that employees make or break your company. And if you're good for them, they will make your company. They will never leave you.
Mm-hmm.
The Netherlands the same. My dad was working for 45 years for the same company. He started when he was 16. There was no $2 more we're going left or $3 more we're going right. It wasn't. That doesn't live there. You're loyal to your boss because your boss takes care of you. Here's your days off. Here's a little bit more money. Oh, you need this. It's a really one hand washes the other type of mentality. That's like the boss and employee situation there. Here it's lucky. I met a couple of ones who are really, really good bosses, but majority of people just want to have money.
Yeah.
And they act with that money instead of with the heart and knowledge about just treating the people the right way.
Right. That's good. So you're inspiring us in a very powerful way today, because at the age of 14, you stepped out and started working. Age of 18 also, you decided to attend the College of Advancement of Physics Science in the United Kingdom.
That was later.
That was later.
On, yeah, that was in my 20s.
That was in your 20s. What did you study? Well, physics science. That's what you studied?
It's not studying. It's a college that's based on your natural skills.
Oh,
you go there, and those teachers feel what kind of class you need because they're all psychics. Yes. The best of the world teach on
really? They're really psychics?
Yes, and they're very, very famous.
Right.
One of my, I think my third time I went there, because they're weekly set. You work from Saturday to Saturday. You work 12, 14, 16 hours a day. After that, you go to the bar, you drink, you eat, you go to bed. And working is not physical, it's mental. Feeling, seeing, trying to touch, it's like believing without sight.
Right.
That's what's happening. And, it goes there. And my teacher was Paul Jacobs. He's one of the most famous psychics in England.
Really?
He has his own private school, and he is very, very successful. Not only as a psychic, he's very successful as a human being as well.
Yeah.
Very respected in the world, in England, actually all over the world. He travels all over the world, does his shows, what he does. And that was the hardest class I had, I'm not going to lie. It was very, very hard, but everything there happens for you. It's actually funny. They have 80 people every time coming. You stay in the college. They have rooms. It's like a huge mansion with all rooms. So you sleep there, you eat there. 73 females.
No.
7 guys, and 4 were gay. Me and my buddy and another one were just there. That was pretty funny.
That must have been fun.
It was a lot of fun. But also, why is it? It's the feminine energy that allows you to feel and touch. It's not the manly ego, testosterone.
Yes.
It's the feminine side, like the balance that we have in life. And that's mostly done by females, that job.
Well, you're here right here on Pathway to Success. Who knows, maybe next week we could be in Poland. You may never know. Interviewed someone from Poland, but we intend to get to almost every person across the nations. And I think we're gonna take a short 2-minute break, and we'll be right back, right here, Pathway to Success.
Join the C-Suite Salon, a private practice community. As a Chief Experience Officer of your new suites, you will be located in a major corridor of Metro Atlanta, providing easy access for your clientele with close proximity to all major highways. And plenty of parking. We offer 6, 12, and 18-month leasing options. Amenities include secure access 24 hours and 7 days a week. We have on-site laundry for your use, a break room, and access to business and educational resources. Your clients will enjoy their experience at the C-Suites, whether they are sitting in our professional waiting area or utilizing the vending options. With a break room and available Wi-Fi. Additionally, we provide access to accidental, life, medical, dental, and vision insurance. That is yours to keep, even if you decide to leave our community. You will also have access to a mobile application for your salon to enhance your customer experience and business operations. If you would like to learn more, please call us at 404-209-9392 or email us at hello@csweetsalon.com. HELLO@csweetsalon.com. Join the C-Suite Salon, a private practice community. As a Chief Experience Officer of your new suites, you will be located in a major corridor of Metro Atlanta, providing easy access for your clientele with close proximity to all major highways. And plenty of parking. We offer 6, 12, and 18-month leasing options. Amenities include secure access 24 hours and 7 days a week. We have on-site laundry for your use, a break room, and access to business and educational resources. Your clients will enjoy their experience at the C-Suites, whether they are sitting in our professional waiting area or utilizing the vending options. With a break room and available Wi-Fi. Additionally, we provide access to accidental, life, medical, dental, and vision insurance. That is yours to keep, even if you decide to leave our community. You will also have access to a mobile application for your salon to enhance your customer experience and business operations. If you would like to learn more, please call us at 404-209-9392 or email us at hello@csweetsalon.com. HELLO@csweetsalon.com.
Welcome back to Pathway to Success. I have right here the very inspirational Marcus Wolters. And he was born in the beautiful nation of the Netherlands. And Pathway Success is controversial. It is inspiring. And you just don't know the twist it might take. Because look at how the whole interview is now taking a new twist. I never knew that there was a school of psychic science anywhere in the world until I met you on the set and while we're doing the interview today, right here this evening. And so you have been there and you have accomplished so much. But I really wanted my producer is trying to get a picture of what you look like before, so that the viewers, I don't know if she'll be able to do it now, that the viewers could see. But really and truly, he was really eating one meal a day, it looked like, or no meal a day. That one, Marcus. You look like you were eating that. Oh my word. So that was you when you were skinnier. Oh my word. And look at you now. Look at the hard work that you have put in.
That picture on your right is 2011, was my first time coming to the United States.
Wow.
I just walked out of the gym.
So you started really building yourself up, your physique.
Well,
before you came here.
Well, no, I was already on a pretty big size.
Yes.
Coming here was very different, of course, with the food intake and the water and the drinks. Our food is, no disrespect to America, but our food is way better.
Yes.
It's clean, it's healthy. You put on size easily. You don't have, you don't need to keep on doing it. A couple of meals a day is fine. Here, 6 to 8 meals just to keep it up. Because there's not a lot in. We cook a lot. Me and my girlfriend, we really cook a lot. And and that's the key here. Just cook.
You say you cook a lot. Well, what do you cook? What's the because you're from the Netherlands, and I have to ask for those who have never been to the Netherlands and they love to visit. Um, what is what is the most beautiful places you would tell a tourist that they're thinking about taking a trip to the Netherlands? Where are the most beautiful places you would tell them, or interesting places you think?
See, first you have to go back to the culture.
Yeah.
It's a marijuana country.
Really?
Amsterdam, the
I
Netherlands.
thought Jamaica was the only. Wow, I'm learning something very new on Pathway to Success this evening.
We have a lot of places that sell marijuana, hashish. You sit inside. We call it coffee shops. You have your coffee, your piece of pie, you smoke a joint.
Right.
It's a social thing. I mean, we have over maybe 2,500 coffee shops in the Netherlands that provide that for everybody above 18 years old.
Mhm.
So the culture is very different.
Yeah.
It's very laid back, but also it keeps you laid back.
Yeah.
If there's a country that allows that to do. Going to the tourist, a lot of people told me like, "What are you doing here?" I was like, "What do you mean?" Well, you guys have the marijuana and prostitution is legal and all those things. I'm like, yeah, that's everywhere. We're just very good in having that as a tourist thing to do, but also for the Dutch people. So I would definitely send you to Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
Do the canal tours, walk around the red light district, eat your French fries with mayonnaise and curry, and your peanut
Mayonnaise
sauce.
and curry. Go ahead. Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
Everything is French fries is our number one thing. Bread, very very famous in the Netherlands. The bread. Then we have the chula balls. They always grow in I thought it was in May. They come up.
Mhm.
Very very big. There's a lot of flowers coming from the Netherlands all over the world. We have a little town called Giethoorn. And it's actually funny. You have to travel by boat. It goes instead of your bicycle. Everybody has a boat in front of their house, and you just all the little waterways, and
Really?
it's very very famous in the Netherlands for tourism. We have The Hague, Den Haag. That's where our beaches are on the left side. On the east side, we have no, it's the west side. The west side of the Netherlands have all the beaches. Beautiful. When the summer comes up, we're waiting for the summer because every season is so much represented that we all wait for the summer. When the summer comes, they build those beach houses and restaurants and clubs on the beach. So the whole summer, 3-4 months, mostly, yeah, 4 months straight. It's you want to go to a beach. You want to be outside. You want to experience all those things. A lot of good restaurants.
And the weather. What's the weather like? Is it like Florida?
No, 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 no. Otherwise, I would still be there. If the weather was like Florida. No, Florida is very special. Very special. The weather. We have like New York, the four seasons. Only our winters do get cold, not as cold as New York, and our summers they're pretty hot. But everybody's waiting for it, so it's almost a party when the sun comes out. Everybody's outside. People take days off like it's nothing, just to experience the summer. So it's very happy.
And I think the Dutch keep fit because you keep riding.
Yeah.
Majority of the people in the Netherlands seems to ride more than drive, right?
I think we have.
Or is it a balance?
No, it's not a balance. Everybody. I didn't need a car till I was 21, and we're able to get our license at 18. The bus goes every 10. A clean bus will go, and they show up. They show up.
They show up.
They
Yeah.
show up. Not like here, like what are you doing today? The bus brings you to the train station. The train station can bring you all over Europe. Very, very easy. Cars, yeah, everybody has a car, but you really don't need it.
Right.
You can go on by walking, by using your bicycle. So we are very, very active. I think it's 80 million people, and we have like 40 million bicycles.
Wow.
Yep.
That's a whole lot of
And
bicycles.
everybody has one or two, or a mountain bike or a city bike, but we're always busy, always doing our things. With that also, of course, the food. The food is so clean. It's almost
It's not
being fat in the Netherlands is a choice.
It's a choice.
It doesn't just happen like here. You
Right.
wake up one day like, wait a minute. There it's a choice. It's a really choice. Even like becoming poor or becoming, a drug. They're all choices because everything is so set up that you really don't need that. But the food and the working out is and we're all very competitive.
Yeah.
I always say we're very arrogant people, but mostly in the sense of what you can do, I can do.
Yeah.
So it's not really arrogant, but it is.
Yeah.
But it's actually not. It's more confident. So there's a lot of confidence in the Netherlands.
What about your military? When it comes down to the Netherlands, I've never really heard much about the military. Seems to be a very peaceful nation. I've never really heard of them literally, unless way back in history. But in this time, I've never really heard of the. Do you have a strong military there?
We listen to America. America and the United States and the Netherlands have a really good relationship. You guys went to Afghanistan, we went. You guys go to whatever it was, we go. You guys been pulled out, our guys been pulled out. It's almost equal. The other thing from the military in the Netherlands, because it's not as hard as here to become a soldier, but also it's mostly connected to a job. You go in the military, become an engineer.
Yeah.
You become a helicopter pilot or somebody who works on helicopters or on airplanes or on tanks. But the same if you work on the tank, you know that business, you can work on cars. So it's mostly a lot of people go there because they have a job there and they go home at night.
Right.
It's not like you send somebody up here and you don't see him for 9 months.
Oh, they go home. You're allowed to.
They will still be sent it out, but there's so many bases in the Netherlands that a lot of people just go home after their day of work.
Right.
So we are very strong. We have a lot of people, but it's not set up like the United States that they keep asking you to join and we're going here and there. But we will follow what the United States does as well. That we have that relationship.
So you're a close ally, which is great, of the United States of America. You have done coaching, and
Yes.
you have inspired others to greater heights. What is the most? How do you measure success? As someone that's out of the box question, right?
How I personally, and I had to learn this, right? I had to learn how to measure that. Success for me is a circle that's round. Success starts with being good to you first. You know, God gave you your body, be good to it. God gave you your mind, work with that thing. Try to help people. So from being a good person and treating people the right way, that's how it starts. Success doesn't come with money. Because we can all make money.
Yeah.
Some a little bit less or some a little bit more, but that doesn't define you. If you take everything off what a person has, what you have left, you have your kindness.
Yeah.
You have your goodness, you have your respect. You can measure that with finances. But it comes also with, of course, if somebody is a good person and runs a business very, very well and is good for his employees and makes a lot of money for him and his employees and also gives back to society and does his part in the world,
Yes.
right? That's success to me.
I like that. I like that. And during this whole COVID-19 scenario, everybody has been affected. How did that affect you in your business and your?
Yes. At that time, I had a security company, was doing pretty well. I also was a director, still working for a company as well. My company blew up so hard in the year that we had COVID that I quit my job as director. 2 weeks later, COVID hit, and I had to send all my guys home.
Oh.
And there was no more work. There was also we didn't know what's going on, you know. So you wait, but you still have bills to pay.
Yeah.
You know, I was blessed that we're doing it the good way, but after COVID, it was very hard for me to get back to what I had. And a couple of months ago, I closed the business down. And I was already with other stuff going on.
Right. Yeah.
But
Because you're always doing other stuff. Yeah. Not one. I like that.
No.
Yeah.
But I was always very aware of like what's coming in my life and what's leaving. And what was coming, I grabbed with two hands.
Yeah.
And what was leaving, I pushed it out with two hands.
I like that.
And I remember being at one business, I was walking around and I was thinking like, I don't want this anymore. I did it for so long and it served me so well in every way possible that I didn't want it no more.
Where do you see yourself in the next year or two from now?
Well, I don't even know where I see myself tomorrow.
Where you?
Yeah, listen.
in Jamaica, man.
That's super
One
good.
love, one heart.
I live in the moment. I
Yeah.
really try to enjoy my girlfriend, our kids, our work, our business. Um, I try to enjoy everything day by day. I noticed the COVID year, I was only seeing things ahead, and you can't live like that.
Yeah.
The only right way to live is right now, today, and tomorrow's a given.
Yeah.
Maybe we wake up, maybe we don't. If we do, it's another beautiful day.
Well, what better way to end our first interviews? And I said our first because we'll have to invite you back, Marcus, for another interview on Pathway to Success. Who knows? He may just sit in for me to host the show when I'm away. Be very interested host, a great host to have. I want to thank you for sharing your inspirational story with us. And there's more that you have to share, but for time constraint. But I want you to be inspired by his story, his lifestyle, his story that he has said today. In each and every one of us, there is a winner. In each and every one of us, there's a champion. All we need to do is believe in ourselves. Whatever gifts and talent you have, or whatever goals that you have set, I want to work hard to it, be inspired, no matter how many times you may have failed. Get up, brush yourself off, right? And continue moving. And you'll definitely walk into your destiny of greatness. Have a great week. We enjoy. Have a great week. Oh my God, Mr. Marcus, what do you want to say to the people before we close this pathway to success?
Believe in yourself. Follow your dreams. Dream big. Don't ask him for pennies. Ask him for millions. And always, always trust in yourself. Always.
Have a great week. Well.